Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Corina. I am currently packing for a trip to Disneyland, just my husband and myself. And I thought I would take a minute to share with you guys what I'm packing in my park bag, since it is so different from packing for a family when it's just myself and my hubby. It's so different. Let's go ahead and get into it. Well, hey guys, before I get into the bag, I do want to introduce myself. My name's Corina. I'm a wife and mama to 2 kiddos. Usually I'm sharing with you guys all about our family travels and adventures and sharing with you guys hacks and tips on how to travel well with your kids and your family. But this series is all about our couples trip for our anniversary heading to Disneyland. So hopefully you guys can use these tips on any trip that you're going on, and this will help you to pack for Disneyland especially. Alright guys, let's start off with talking about the bag. I'm using the freshly picked backpack. This is the full size. I really like this backpack when we are heading to the parks as a couple because it's lightweight enough, but it also is large enough that it holds everything I need. And it also has some convertible straps here. So it has this strap, and some D-rings, and I will use this as a crossbody or just like carry it over my shoulder, especially as we're going through like security or if we're getting ready to get on a ride. I will put it on my shoulder instead of on my back, and then once we get into the ride I can just like easily maneuver it around, tuck it in wherever it needs to go. So that is the bag I'm bringing. It does have a little, not really padding, just has kind of like these strap kind of, what are they called? It just sort of has like seatbelt straps on it, but I don't find them to be uncomfortable where I need more padding or anything. I also don't pack this like super full, or at least I try not to, really. So anyway, let's get into it. So the back here does have a slip pocket. I don't have anything in there, but that's a great place to put like a changing pad, especially if you, number one, have young kids that you still need to change diapers for, but also if you don't have your kids with you or you don't have kids at all. This is a great place to put a changing pad because you can use that to sit on during nighttime shows, parades, anything like that. It's nice to me to be able to sit on a surface rather than just directly on like the ground. I really like that because honestly, the weather is always gonna weather, right? So it could be sunny, it could be rainy. If it's sunny, it could be hot on the ground. If it's rainy, then it could have been wet still. There could be just garbage on there could just be like dirt on the ground, because it is the ground. So it's nice to have a little cushion between you and the ground. So all that to say, going right along to the next pockets here. These pockets on the outside are considered slip pockets. When I carry this, like, and I'm out and about with my kids, I do use them as water bottle pockets. I just don't put anything in the interior pockets on that side. But for these purposes, I leave this one empty, and this is where I'll put my phone so I can grab it out really easily. On this side, I have a pack of wipes because even though my kids are not going to be at the parks, messes still happen. So it's nice to have a pack of wipes with me no matter what. I've also put tissue down here, my camera, like the portable charger that we use for our phones, I slip that down in there as well. Lots and lots of uses for the outside pockets. All right, a couple things that I have on the outside as well are a cute little Ursula plush, just because she's cute, and it's Halloween time, so villains are all the rage. And then I also have this ear holder. So this is from Amazon, and this is actually Ursula's from Amazon too. So what's really great about the ear holder is that once I get tired, or if I get tired of having my ears on my head, I can easily just take them off, loop them around here, snap them in, and then they're not going to go anywhere because they're nice and secured around the bow, and they're hanging off my bag. Because I don't have a stroller, things like this are going to be necessary to make sure that I can keep track of all my stuff and stay hands-free as much as possible, and that I don't have to like shove my ears inside the bag. It's kind of nice. The other thing I have is my Maleficent hand sanitizer holder, which, how good is this? This is from Bath & Body Works. This is like the #1 thing I needed from the Villains drop, and I'm so happy to have her. This little zip pocket here is like my favorite place because I like to stick lots of things in here. But right now I have this little pouch, which is for our straws. I always bring straws with us to Disney, and what's great about these straws, oh, there's not one in here. Okay. There's one in here. Okay, what's great about these straws is that they do have a little silicone tip, but they extend, so they can get to the size of like a full-size straw, or if you have a smaller drink, you can kind of scrunch it down a little bit so it's not sticking out of your drink so far. And I love that. They also do each come with a straw cleaner, which is really convenient because if you're just going, you know, like one person, then you only need one straw really, but you need to clean out your straw, right? So it's nice to be able to have a cleaner with each straw. That's my little pouch. I also do bring gum into the parks. Disney does not sell gum anywhere on property, so if you are a gum chewer, you need to bring your own gum, and we are gum chewers. I also do have a little drink cozy sleeve here to honestly be prepared for all the iced coffees I'm gonna drink. Yay! So that's everything in the zip pocket in the front. Let's go ahead and look inside to what other goodies I might have in store. Now this backpack opens really wide. It does have these little clips on the side, so you can clip those shut if you want it like more of a narrow opening, but I find it's just easier to leave them open. So here's everything in here. Starting with the back, there is a zippered pocket right back here, and this is where I keep all of my like toiletry items. So I have lotion, I've got chapstick, a little eyeglass cleaner. I'll also probably put my inhaler back there as well. So there you go. That's what's in the zipper pocket. Right below the zipper pocket is another slip pocket like what's on the back. So in here I have my little gorilla stand. I usually wrap this around our stroller and take like our family pictures using this, but since we won't have our stroller, again, pretty important to still have this, but I will set this up on like a trash can, a railing, you know, if we want a couple's picture together, I can do that really easily. I've also set this on the ground and used it to shoot like some video, if we're like meeting a character or something like that, and I want to make sure I get the footage, but I don't want to have to ask people to like hold my camera. So that's pretty convenient, really nice to have. I also do have a wet bag back here. This is just in case we go on a water ride and we get wet, obviously, and you know, need to put wet clothes somewhere. And then the last thing I have in that slip pocket is something that's vital, especially when you don't have a stroller. Baggies. Ziploc bags are so important when you're going to Disney because you're going to be getting snacks and treats and different little things, and some things don't come with covers. You know, if you're eating something and then all of a sudden you decide you want to go get on a ride, where are you going to put your snack? You don't just want to throw it in the bag, you need to put it in something. So I have a bunch of different sizes of bags in here, and then they're all just kind of sealed together in one bag. All right, there's also some great pockets on the inside of this bag. So for this first pocket over here, it's the pocket on the opposite side of that slip pocket on the outside. I have a snack container, snack tower, because even though our kids aren't with us, doesn't mean we don't need to snack. So I'm going to bring some snacks with us, easy things that we can just grab and snack on as we're waiting in line or, you know, waiting for shows or things like that. But it's nice to have a little something to snack on that you didn't have to buy in the parks. So I always recommend bringing snacks no matter who is in your travel party. The pocket on the opposite side of that is actually insulated. So on this side of the bag, over here, and I have this water bottle. Now this guy does get heavy, so I like it. We both really like it. My husband actually got it on our last anniversary trip. So we do really like this, but it does get heavy because it's a big water bottle. Then once you fill it up with ice and water and all the things, it just gets a little heavy. So I personally prefer a smaller water bottle and just refilling it more often. My husband drinks a lot of water, so he likes the biggest bottle that he can get that's like feasible. So this is how we ended up with this bad boy, but water bottle is very important. Here is the one that I personally like to bring. She's petite, but she gets the job done. She has a little open spout here, and I really like her. I think this is like, I don't know, 24 ounces? Doesn't say. But she's little, but she gets the job done. So if hubby's not gonna bring his own backpack, which I don't think he is, he can carry his water bottle in his bag, but it's easier for me. But I'll probably still bring both of these. Just maybe not bring both of them into the park. All right, going to the front, against that front wall are two slip pockets. And these are so convenient. I love that there's pockets all the way around the bag. on the interior. So the first slip pocket, I have some mini toothbrushes. These are called Wisps. I love them. I keep them everywhere and use them all the time. And then I also have a fan. Even though it's going to be cooler this trip, I still like to have a fan just in case we get into like, sometimes you get into like those pre-shows and it's just like a lot of people. Like I need some air to circulate here. So it's nice to have a fan for that. And the other slip pocket, I have wet ones because of course we'll be having snacks. I've got tissues and I have my little money holder. This is what I use when I go to the parks, and I like this because it's very just sleek, it's slim. I can fit my ID, my cards, gift cards, cash in here. Anything I need to carry into the parks with me is in this pouch. It's nice and bright, so it's easy to spot in my bags. And hopefully if I would like set it down, it's easy to see because it's so bright. So highly recommend a little slim wallet or slim cash holder or something for your travels. All right, guys, and now we're on to just the base of the bag. These are things I just threw in and didn't put them in a pocket. The first one is actually a pair of reading glasses. I just like to bring an extra pair with me. I don't think I've ever talked about this before, but I always do pack an extra pair of glasses when we're going on our trips because I quite literally cannot see without my glasses. I can see, but it's like very, very hard. I can't read anything. So I like to always have an extra pair. And I do keep them in a case with a little wipe in there and all the good stuff. I also have this pouch, which is quite heavy, but this little pouch has our magic bands, also has our cords and 2 portable chargers. So this essentially is like a little tech pouch for me that's like on the go. So obviously our magic bands we'll be wearing, our charging cords won't be with us, they'll be in the hotel room, but the portable chargers are so handy to have. And then anything I have related to my camera, my microphone, anything like that, I can put in this bag, in this pouch, and know that everything is all together. All right, last pouch is medicines. So whenever we go to Disney or honestly travel anywhere, I always bring a little medicine pouch. I have in here Benadryl, Lactaid, ibuprofen, eye drops. I have like Benadryl, like an itch stick. So like if you get like a bite or something, it's like a little liquid, and my kids like that if they get, anything like have an allergic reaction to something, have a bite, something like that. I also have my inhaler because I am asthmatic, and I have Neosporin in here and Band-Aids and moleskin in case you get like a blister. It's nice to have moleskin so that you can kind of like stop the rubbing of that blister on whatever surface it's on. And then I also do have in here our travel scissors. This is like my most used travel item, honestly. They're super nice. They are so compact. They look just like a straw, but I use them constantly at Disney. I actually thought I had lost them last trip, and I was so devastated, and that was a last minute trip, so I didn't have time to actually like order a new pair before we went on the trip. Luckily I found them. I had moved them from our pouch as our straws to this medicine pouch, and I didn't realize that. So I think it was just an oversight when I was putting things like away after being in the parks, but those are so handy. I use them for everything. I use them to open snacks. I use them to snip off strings. I've even used them like in a pinch on like all kinds of things, you name it, to cut like a toenail that's like hanging off or something. Just all the things it's been used for. So very handy to have those. I definitely highly recommend the travel scissors and creating a little first aid pouch for yourself. Okay guys, one thing I did not throw in here is my Kindle, and I plan to bring that because my husband is very, very into pin trading. And so because we're going to be on a couples trip, I intend for both of us to be able to just like have downtime and do the little things that we love and really enjoy doing in the parks that we don't really get the chance to do with our kiddos. For him, that is pin trading. And for me, it's sitting somewhere in the atmosphere of Disney and reading. So I will have my Kindle, and he of course will have all of his pins that he wants to trade, and he will have ample time to go do that. He has really wanted to go explore the hotels and pin trade at each of the hotels as well. So we'll probably do some of that this trip as well, but I love to just sit and read. So my thought is that while he's off pin trading, if there's a certain time of the day he's like, okay, I'm gonna go pin trade, I'll just find a comfy spot and a little snack and read my Kindle to my heart's content. So that is everything I'm packing in my park bag for our couples trip. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Let me know your favorite item that I packed in a comment down below, or your favorite item that you take to the parks with you, or something that I've forgotten. Please share in a comment down below, and I will see you guys, if not here, packing and prepping for Disney, then in the parks. Bye, friends.